But now the cruel love rat who used an Australian woman to get a visa and then left her pregnant. Well, now we find this man has a reputation right around the world for leaving women broken-hearted and out of pocket.
I don't want to say anything. Leave me alone.
He's just perfected his art of conning women. Did you use her to get a visa in this country?
No.
You sure? It looks that way. A romance scammer busted. Why have you been so difficult to find? You were difficult to find in Melbourne.
Difficult to find where? Are you looking for me? Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, we've been investigating you for some time now.
Finally, there is nowhere for John Muzas-Chabang to run.
So you used her to get a visa in this country?
Well, that's what you say, actually.
No, that's what Katrina says. That's what Katrina says.
That's what she said,
and that's why you've gone and registered with all these romance websites.
I don't know anything about it.
Mr. Chabang not only turned his back on his new Australian wife, but their newborn child as well. He had the visa and he ran away.
Leave me alone.
You've got to give some answers one day, John. Can't keep running. We used to talk nearly every day, like on the phone or the internet.
And that's how single mum Katrina Mudge says she was lured into John's scam over the internet through an online dating website. He was in Africa, she was in Australia.
I didn't have much confidence or anything, and he made me feel like everything about me was fine, everything about me was good.
So good, in fact, that Katrina decided to join John in Africa for a holiday. She paid $1,000 for an airfare. And Katrina claims that after she landed, that's where his plan gathered pace.
And then when I got there, like, he wanted to get married, but he had it already organised. Before I got there, like, had a reverend that would marry us.
They did marry, and Katrina headed home, looking forward to a bright new future.
This was the best thing that was ever going to happen to us. The children were excited. They thought they were going to get this nice person that's come into their lives.
And while she waited for her new husband, Katrina says she was sending John money to support his life in Africa.
I sent him money to help him move, to have like for a bond and a couple of weeks' rent. And then, the next time he'd ring, it'd be something else, like he lost his job. So he couldn't pay his rent, and if he didn't pay his rent, they'd get kicked out. So, I'd send more money.
While this was going on, Katrina successfully applied and paid the $1,700 for John's visa. He was on his way.
My older son actually sent him a Father's Day card saying, I can't wait till you get to Australia.
How was John when he first came back into the country? You were married, and he obviously moved in here. How was he?
So he used me. He didn't want me after he got here. He had no interest. He had no interest in talking to my children. He had no interest in me.
He was only interested in one thing, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wanted his visa. And that's all he's after. That's all he wants.
Katrina fell pregnant to John, but he moved out of the family home just 2 months after arriving.
You are just too cute. Huh?
And in a sad twist, he's never met his 1-year-old baby boy, Eli.
He doesn't ask about him. He doesn't know anything about him. He has no interest. He's done nothing for him.
Well, he has done something. John was paying just $7 a week in child support while he worked in Melbourne.
Some might say that this is just a classic example. You met over the internet, you spoke over the phone, you went over there, you got married, and you came back and your relationship just broke down.
No, I don't think so. He's just perfected his art of conning women.
What impact has this had on you?
I felt really embarrassed because every person that I work with, my friends, my family, everyone said, don't do this. He's just going to use you to get to Australia. Everyone said it, but I didn't believe it.
I get incredibly upset hearing these stories.
Julia Robson, Director of Online Investigations, is an expert at unearthing romance scammers.
The whole scam as such involves a period of grooming where the scammer will actually move the relationship very fast, actually show strong feelings for that person.
She led Channel 9's 60 Minutes program to a group operating out of Nigeria.
Absolutely disgusting. It's clear and simple that if you've met someone online and this is for romantic reasons, you haven't met them yet in person and they ask for money, it is always a scam.
John disappeared from Adelaide, he fled to Melbourne, and he went right off the radar when he came over to here, Perth in WA. But we've managed to track him down, and he's sitting right here at the bar. G'day, John. Justin from A Current Affair, how are you?
Can you stop the...
No, the cameras are going to stay on because we want to get some answers out of you.
You got the facts all torn up because of what she said to you.
The facts are you got married overseas in Africa, you got back into the country, got your visa, and you left her behind.
You left her behind. I got contradicting proof.
And A Current Affair has found proof that John's still registered on a number of dating websites. A woman from Holland has told us she met him online and she's been sending him money too.
Any relation can break down, right?
Oh, it just so happens that once you get in the country,
Well,
it breaks
it's
down.
not happening just as breakdown day.
Why would
I got a proof. I got people who will testify about what I'm saying, that any relation can break down.
Really? Just a coincidence that after you got into the country and got your visa?
What you say about coincidence and so on.
It's a coincidence that once you got the visa, once you got married, once you got married in this country, you left her.
You got the facts all torn up.
What would you like to see happen to John?
I'd like to see him be sent back. I think that's what he deserves. I don't think he deserves to stay in Australia. He didn't come here the right way. That's not fair and that's not on.
And if you've had dealings with John Chibang, we want to know about it. Send us an email or just give us a call.